I feel like your Michigan State Spartans have been getting a lot of good recruiting developments lately. Won't call it news because like I don't feel like it's been formal commitments, but like a lot of things are kind of breaking in ways that make me think some stud recruits are trending to have Michigan State with a serious chance to land them. Niko Bundalo is the latest. He's a four-star wing from the 2025 class. Once again, I'm going to refer to you on position. I'm calling him a wing because when I watch his footage, that's what he looks like. He's 6'9", puts the ball on the floor. He can score. I really like his game. There have been sites that list him as a 5-star, but I think more consensus is he's one of the top-rated 4-stars in the country. And he has set 2 official visits, one to UConn at the end of August and one to Michigan State in the first weekend in September. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's good to see that we are in on this one because there's been a lot of positive recruiting. I guess I'll call it momentum as of late. At least, like you said, Michigan State seems to be in the mix for guys they weren't maybe in for before. But Nico's a little bit different in this regard that Izzo's been on him personally for a long, long time. Like Izzo has put a lot into like Nico Bundalo. Like, and obviously he right now is depending on where you look, he's like a in the 25 range kid, 5-star by some services. Um, and Tom's just been on him from the jump. And anytime you get an interview with Nico, he points out that Izzo's a coach that has been on him for a long, long time and really put a lot of effort and timing into this, which has me feeling good. I feel a little less good getting like UConn and the others involved, but I think this is a kid that might go down as like one that Tom put a lot of time into, and that time pays off if we get a recruitment from him.
Do you consider him like a stretch 4?
I consider him more of a 3.
Okay. Because he 24/7 lists him as a 6'11" power forward. But I feel like he's like a 6'9" wing more than a 6'11" big.
Yeah, I look at him as more. I think he's closer. Like, because if you're at the 4, I think you could lean down to the 5. I think he's a 3 that you could play at the 4 if you want.
Yeah. He's got great height, excuse me, great size for his position. Also, like starting a 6'11" dude at the 3 would be a power move for anybody. So I like that move. But yeah, like if UConn's doing the UConn thing, aren't they comparing him to Liam McNeely more than anybody else? And he's like a true 3 guard type.
Yeah, I probably, but like also
It's
like we
not
do a
his
lot of these.
game, but
Yeah, like we do a lot of these things with who would you compare him to that like UConn is at? I don't know if UConn's really had a player like Bundalo really though.
yeah, you're right. What's the name that comes to mind when you say like they haven't had a player like Bundalo? Who is a player like Bundalo?
I'm gonna blow it, and I wish I came with a little bit more than this. You might like this. He's got like a little bit of Iggy Brasdakis to his game.
Really?
I think so. He can do some things off the bounce. I don't know. I feel like he might be better off the bounce than Iggy. And correct me if I'm wrong. Do you know how tall Iggy was?
I think like 6'7", 6'8", maybe is what I want to
Okay.
say.
All right. So like maybe not around the same height, but like there is a little bit of Brasdakis to his game. Nico talks a lot of shit. I'll tell you that.
So
So
then there's a lot of Iggy Brastakis to
yeah,
his
he
game.
talks a lot of shit. He plays really hard. He talks a lot of shit, and you can tell like stuff means to him. Like he's like when he plays, like he's fired up. Like
Yeah.
I love his intensity. But I could probably come with a better one, but like that's the one that at first came to my mind.
Okay. Yeah. I don't hate that comp. I think I guess I would just say this. Iggy felt like just a bucket, and I think Nico does other things a
Hmm.
little more and probably isn't close to as just polished of a scorer as Iggy was. Like you dropped Iggy on campus and he was the best offensive player on a team that included Jordan Poole on it. Like that, I don't see Nico being that ready. I don't think you just drop him and he's Michigan State's leading scorer immediately. But I think he's a starter right away. And I do think there's more there because Iggy was all offense, nothing else, no passing, no defense. I think Nico can, one, defend a little more, and two, has just a little more all around game than just the bucket scoring. So,
Yeah.
um,
He,
but yeah,
he
I like
he's
him.
crazy. He's crazy. Like he's very, very skilled and talented. And he's like, and I don't mean to like downplay his skill, but he's like an elite competitor. Like he wants to kill. Like you can kind of tell. Like you throw him in the gym, I think he wants to kill people across from him. He wants to make them feel him. And maybe that's why people gravitate towards him. But like I think he's going to two schools that, I mean, obviously I know you hate the phrase, but like the Spartan dog thing or like the UConn mindset, like Hurley and this kid would be the scariest combo because I think they're both, and I mean this so endearingly, I think they're both psychos.
Yeah, they are. For the record, I don't hate the Spartan dog phrase. I hate the phrase when the Spartan dog mentality gets applied to guys that aren't dogs. Like,
Yeah.
because it's been, we're going on like 3 or 4 years where the only guy I would consider a dog is Tyson Walker, and he had a whole year where he was afraid to shoot. So yeah, I just Nico would fit the bill. Like I would have no bill with anybody calling Nico a Spartan dog or just a dog in general because he is a dog. His overall offer list is a lot more loaded than just a hey, Michigan State and UConn are the two schools getting visits. Like he had offers or has offers from Alabama, Creighton, Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisville, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio State, Purdue. Seton Hall, Syracuse, Texas, Virginia, Xavier, UCLA. Like there's more too that I just kind of skipped over. Um, you surprised it's UConn and Michigan State that are like the two singled out visits right now, and not some of these other big name schools?
A little bit, yeah. Especially because it picked up too, like for him. Like it didn't pick up like as fast as Braylon Mullins. But like the offers started to roll in, like the UConns, UNCs, those schools really started to get involved. So I I, I don't know if this is gonna be his only two officials that he set, but being in this, I really like it.
Okay. Yeah. What's Michigan State's chances here, percentage wise?
Call it irrational confidence, but I think Michigan State is the leader for him.
Wow. This could be shaping up to be a really special class for Michigan State. Like, say you land McKenney and Nico, and you drop them on a roster where you potentially still have Fears and Carr and Booker,
Yeah, maybe like year two Tang too.
some things are happening.
Yeah, things could definitely happen, but we do need to make some moves in the class of 2025, though. That's the thing.
Also, do you know where your wife is right now?
Do I know where my wife is right now?
Yeah, is she home?
No, she's not. I think
Damn.
she's at work.
Shit. Okay. Fuck. Um, I guess I maybe I'll leave a voice memo after we end. I wanted to make sure she could check and make sure you're okay because you just said you lead a recruitment that's going head to head with Danny Hartley for a white guy. Like, let's just calm
I
down a
use the
little
word
bit here.
irrational confidence.
Okay.